Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. End of November's Pens in Use month. Here are some of the pens I've been using this month. How did I get on with them? Join me now, down on the table. I'll quickly discuss each one and then I'm going to rank them in the order that I preferred them for the month. Welcome down to the table. So, November 2024. How did I go with this Use Me Up month? How many pens do you think I went through? So we started the month with the Kaigelu 316A and Diamine Merry and Bright, the Asvine P20 with Diamine Ruby Blues, the TWSBI Diamond 580 with Diamine Tinsel, the Laban 325 with Diamine Brandy Snap, the Leonardo Memento Magico with Diamine Bucks Fizz, and then the Pilot Custom Heritage 92 with Diamine Appletini. And this was the only gold nibbed pen that I started the month with. So how do I rank them? As I keep saying, it's another difficult month, so I'm having to be really picky on how I would rank them. And I'm deciding to give position number 6 to the Laban 325. Absolutely nothing wrong with the pen. It's a really nice pen, writes really nicely. One of the things with it, the way we've got this pattern in here, it's just as if it's a bit of an afterthought, so it's not really, to me, grabbing me, which is a shame because it is nice. It's a cartridge converter, lasts really well. I've cleaned it out already because it's empty. Let me just pop this back in. Laban branded as well on the converter. Got a nice steel nib, I believe made by Yoho. Very nice. Writes nicely, nothing wrong with it. I like the ink. It's a nice shading ink. Looks really nice on virtually every paper I've used it on. But when I compare it against the others, you know, with the way it looks, the looks aren't there compared to some of the others. That's the only thing really letting it down. And for this reason, I'm going to give this position number 6. So that's the Laban 325. Position number 5 could be a shock to some people. The Pilot Custom Heritage 92. Yep, my gold nibbed pen coming in at number 5. Again, it's a nice pen. There's still a bit of ink in here. This is one of the issues. It's hard to see the ink level. In fact, looking at this, there's so little ink in here. I'll pop this into the clean out pot rather than putting it away in my case. Very little ink. Very hard to tell the ink level because of this dark material. Now, I like the dark material, don't get me wrong, and it's a trade-off. But remember, I'm trying to rank these, and so I'm being really picky. This pen is very thin, feels very thin, and at times can feel uncomfortably thin. I also find, he says, chucking the cap around, that I need to use this posted. It does post quite nicely though, and doesn't feel too back heavy. We've got this beautiful 14 karat gold nib. It's rhodium plated. To me, a little bit of a shame. I'd love to have seen it in the gold colour, but then it wouldn't match the rest of the trim, so I can understand why it was done that way. But it's these little things that were just enough when compared to the other pens to give this as position number 5. So that's the Pilot Custom Heritage 92. Let me just move this down a little bit. There we go. Hopefully, can we get all the remaining pens on there that are unmarked? Yeah, just about. So position number 4. I gave that to the Kaigelu 316A. Pretty pen to look at. I really do like the colouring on this. Slightly translucent. Again, looks really nice. Cartridge converter. Came with a converter. Loads of threads on there. Shame it's metal fittings. Nice in the hand. Just about on the usable side for me. So it's just that little bit wider than we were seeing with the Pilot. So it is more usable. I use this unposted, nice and comfortable. You can't really post it. It posts onto the end here. So it's not really a good fit there. The line it puts down is nice. I always find Kaigelu pens give a really generous line. I love the ink. It's this beautiful Diamine Merry and Bright. Hopefully the camera can see it on here. Beautiful shimmer with it, like a silver shimmer. There, and then on top of that green, it looks like there's a nice greeniness to it. Really nice price, 35 Aussie dollars. Quite good value. It does feel a bit light. That's one of the downsides. And as I've already said, I'm scoring. So I'm going to rank this at position number 4. So that's the Kaigelu 316A. Let's move this up. So we've got 3 pens left to go. We've got the Asvine P20. We've got the TWSBI Diamond 580. And we've got the Leonardo Magico. There we are. I think that should have them all on there now. Position 3. Leonardo Magico. This is in the meal pattern. Piston filling pen. Got a very generous ink window here. And you can see your ink level. So we've still got some ink in here. It's still going quite well. It's very comfortable. Very nice to hold. Nice length. Nice nib. Sometimes though I feel, depending on the paper, but most of the papers I've used this on, it's as if I have to fight with it to write. It's like dragging on the paper. So I do like feedback, but this just seems really excessive feedback, which is a shame. Look at that. The way it holds in my hand, really nice. Again, it's one you can post. I don't. It feels very back heavy. I've been really enjoying this Bucks Fizz. I think I'm going to keep this ink in this pen until I've run out of Bucks Fizz. It's got a really nice, hopefully again we can catch this like a orangey, goldy shimmer there to it. Really pretty to look at. The nib, nice and generous, just feels like it's dragging a bit. Why have I marked this down? Well, when I was looking at everything, I thought, well, it's 272 Aussie dollars. So it's a lot of money. So, that does come into my scoring. So I'm going to give this position number 3. So that's the Leonardo Magico. Position number 2. I'm just moving this down because number 2 and number 1, they're right next door to each other, aren't they? Because they're the only 2 left. Position number 2. Thought long and hard. Position 2 goes to the TWSBI Diamond 580. I love the pen. Beautiful. I love the feel of it. I love the demonstrator nature of it. I really like demonstrator pens. It's got a nice weight to it. It's got a nice feel to it. Section, a little bit on the thin side. In the body, got this beautiful facet in here in the body. Hopefully the light's catching this as I turn this around. Very nice. Easy to clean. The nib unit unscrews, so I can unscrew the nib unit, clean that separately, and then use a blunt nose syringe to really get down deep and give that a good clean. It's very nice. The ink in it, Diamine Tinsel. Oh, wow. It's so nice. It's like this beautiful red colour. And then we've got this like pinky coppery sheen there to it. Oh, shimmer, should I say. Hopefully some of this will come out on the camera. It's exceptionally nice. Reason why I've given it the rating I have, I could get 2 of the Asvines for the price of 1 TWSBI. Cost has come into it. You've got to look at that. So I thought we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to give this position a number 2. So that's the TWSBI Diamond 580. So that means the winning pen at position number 1 goes to the Asvine P20. This is nearly a perfect pen for me at a price point that I think is absolutely awesome. The colouring of this one is called Galaxy. Very nice, very, very pretty to look at. So it ticks the box for the looks. It's a piston filler. I like piston filling pens. Ticks the box for that. It's got an ink window. Ticks the box so I can see what my ink level is. I would like it a little bit wider, but that's just been exceptionally picky. The section, very comfortable. It mimics the Leonardo pens. The size, very nice. The looks, It's very, very, very highly inspired by a Leonardo Memento Zero. It's got the looks in the shape. It's got the looks in the acrylic. It writes really well. Very nice nib to write with. The ink, Diamine Ruby Blues. This is a sheening ink. And I always see loads and loads. Hopefully, again, the camera captures this. Loads and loads of gorgeous red sheen coming through. Very nice. Nearly a perfect combo for me, to be honest. And as I say, this pen, nearly a perfect pen for me. So for this reason, this gets ranked at position number 1. So that's the Asvine P20. Just going to turn over the page and we'll look at the additional pens that I've used this month. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. The first additional pen, the Jinhao 80. 7 Aussie dollars, really good value pen. Now, this isn't the nib I had on it. This is back now with the Jinhao nib it came with. I did have a Lamy broad nib on it, which is what you're seeing here. Oh, wow. Lovely to write with. This would have been a contender for position number 1. It's such a really nice pen. Yes, it's got the looks of the Lamy 2000, highly inspired. Obviously, when we come down to the nib, it's different. We come down to the filling system, it's different. It just looks nice. It feels nice in the hand. You could say it's a little bit on the light side, but that's if you're being exceptionally picky. And this Diamine Astral, just look at that. Again, it's another beautiful shimmering ink. Just gorgeous green shimmer on top of that gorgeous green colour. Very enjoyable. So that's the Jinhao 80. Next pen I brought in, just move this up, is from Jinhao again. This is the Jinhao X159. So this is a pen with a very big nib, number 8 size nib. The only pen with a number 8 size nib in the selection today. We've still got some ink in here, so I'm still going quite nicely. I do like this early dusk. It's a very nice blue colour. 12 Aussie dollars for the pen. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Colouring, it's a nice dark blue. Just to fetch in that so you can see the difference when we've got two pens next to each other. But when I look at it by itself, I quite often think, oh, it must be black. But it's not, it's a dark blue. It's very nice weight, exceptionally nice in the hand. With this one, the only quibble, it might actually be too wide in the section. It hasn't caused me any issues, but just be aware of that. If you've got small hands, very wide section. So that was a Jinhao X159. Coming in from Japan, we've got the Sailor 1911 Junior. Some places I believe it's called a Sailor Prophet. Other places I believe a Sailor Compass. It's got quite a number of names. This is the Korigani. So it's nice black with this beautiful gunmetal grey. Can you see that gorgeous trim? Very nice. This is a cartridge converter. I've still got plenty of ink in this. Plastic fitting, so if you were feeling really adventurous, you could eyedropper it if you really wanted to. Not tried that. I don't intend to try that. Small nib. Again, got that gunmetal grey colouring coming through there. It's a steel nib. The normal 1911s, they're gold. This one's steel. It's about the size of a small Sailor 1911. I do find I need to post this. Posted, it's not too bad. The cap doesn't add a lot of weight. Section, you're just about on the right size. Maybe still a little bit on the small side, but not too bad. 45 Aussie dollars, so we're taking a big jump in price from the Jinhaos, but you've got that Japanese quality coming through. So that was the Sailor 1911 Junior. final pen I brought in, only brought it in a couple of days ago, is the Opus 88 Omar. So this is from Taiwan. Lovely colour, look at that. I love the colouring on here. I love the colouring on the body. Downside with the body colour, very difficult to see ink levels. It's an eyedropper pen, very wide pen. So in the hand, the section quite wide, nice and comfortable. The length, really nice. You can sort of post it. It only posts down to there, and it does feel exceptionally back heavy. The nib, steel nib. Here we go. Opus 88 there. I believe number 6 size, and I believe made by Yoho for Opus 88. The ink, Diamine Alpine. It's another shimmering ink. You see that beautiful, gorgeous silver shimmer coming through. Hopefully, again, like all of them, hopefully the camera will catch that for you. So that's the Opus 88 Omar. Let's swap over and fetch all the pens in for one final look. I've brought in my pen tray, so I'll just pop them in here as I fetch them out. So position 6, the Laban 325. Number 5, Pilot Custom Heritage 92. Number 4, Kaigelu 316A. Number 3, Leonardo Memento Magico. Number 2, TWSBI Diamond 580. And the highest ranked this month, the Asvine P20. The additional pens, the Jinhao 80, the Jinhao X159, the Sailor 1911 Junior, and the Opus 88 Omar. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. How'd you get on with your pens this month? How'd you pick your pens? I'm always interested in how people pick the pens they want to use. That sounds a little bit like a tongue twister, doesn't it? Pick the pens they want to use. Sorry, I'm going offline there. Please drop your comments down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit that thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.